The wrestlers we're introducing this year, the 2007 Coach's Corner. Starting out with hold number 1, hook post sweep to a lock finish. Coach Fritz, hook post sweeps, he locks out the leg, he steps over and drives. One more time, Coach Fritz with his left hand has a hook, right hand he has a post. As James Nicholson fights in, he goes 1-2, hits a sweep. Notice he's at a right angle. He's driving over his right arm. When it is straightened out, he steps over the near leg. With his left hand, he transfers to the knee. With the right hand, he transfers to the far knee, drives, and takes the man out of position. Slow motion, Coach Fritz is taking a back step and a front step. His head is up. He sweeps around hip to hip. Left hand transfers over the arm and grabs the right arm. He locks the leg, steps behind with the right knee. Notice the head is up. Left hand transfers to the knee. Right hand transfers to the far knee, driving the man off base, finishing for the 2. Hook post sweep, hold number 1. Coaches and wrestlers, welcome to the 2007 Granby School of Wrestling Coach's Corner. Today we'll be doing hold number 2, an elbow off sweep to a cutback double. Watch Coach Fritz do this quickly. Elbow off, sweep, man squares, he runs to it, cutback double for a 5 count and back points. Covers the right shoulder with his right hand. Semi-slow, Coach Fritz with his left hand grabs the elbow, elbows off, James squares up, hits his sweep, steps up with his right leg, runs his left leg under, cut back double, circles to the legs, and goes bottom shoulder for the fall. Slow motion. Notice, Coach Fritz has an elbow with his left hand, a post with his right hand. He elbows off, step 1. He sweeps, step 2. James turns his left hip down. Coach Fritz lets go, plants his left hand, steps his left leg under, runs to the leg, slides to both knees, head is up, switches to the double, right hip's down, right hand covers the shoulder. Elbow off sweep to a cutback double. Coaches and wrestlers, welcome to the Granby School of Wrestling Coach's Corner. Today we'll be doing hold number 3, a Peary sweep to a backdoor finish. Coach Fritz has an over tie, he stacks steps, hits the Peary sweep, James squares, he comes to the low left position, swings the leg across, plants the right hand, leg turks with the left hand, posts the other leg off, and scores his Turk points. Here's what it looks like a little bit slower. James is over-tying with his left hand, Fritz over-ties. He pops the arm up with his left hand, hits his right angle, James squares, left hand plants. He raises his butt up, he crawls into his low lift finish. He swings the leg to his left arm, plants his right hand with the head up, leg turks left foot. Now he's got to fight the free leg by pushing it off. Pushes it off, gets his back points. One more time, a little bit slower. And Coach Fritz has an over tie with his right hand, his left hand, he has an inside tie. He back steps and pops with his left hand, hits his right angle, James squares, he raises his butt up, runs to the leg, swings the leg across, elbow deep left hand. Very important, planting the right hand. You don't want your head to go down. Leg turks backwards with his left foot to the head. In a back bridge position, posts the knee, comes to the head, gets his 5 points in the Turk. Coaches and wrestlers, welcome to Granby School of Wrestling Coach's Corner. Hold number 4, a hook V-block sweep to a boot scoot finish. Quickly, it looks like this. Head tap, boot scoot, head pops out to the double. A little bit slower. Coach Fritz with his left hand has a hook, right hand inside control V-block. He back steps with his left hand, head taps with his right, sweeps, plants his left hand, runs to it with his butt in the air, and goes all the way over to his right hip. In a sit-out position, covers in a double. Slow motion, the mechanics are, Coach Fritz has a hook, left hand, V-block, right hand, 1-2 sweep, back step and sweep and penetrate. Notice the opponent is sprawling. He rotates up to his left hand, left hip under, cross steps under, sits all the way to the right hip. The momentum pops his head out. He covers in the double. Right hand crawls up to the near shoulder for the pin. Sweep to a low lift boot scoot finish. To the Granby School of Wrestling Coach's Corner. Today we'll be doing bottom work. A Granby roll finish for 5. Coach Fritz raises up, cross steps, and goes. And he secures the inside leg, locks it out for 5-point hold. Again, a little bit slower. Coach Fritz is going to raise his butt up this time. 1, butt up. 2, cross step. 3, left hand under right shoulder, and he rolls across his back, secures a 2-on-1 for the 5 count. His opponent will be cross-facing him. Super slow, off the whistle. Coach Pritz will 1, push off his hands and lean backwards to get back pressure. 2, he cross-steps his left foot under his belly button, left hand goes under his right armpit, and he shoulder rolls. James follows him, cross-faces, secures the 2-on-1 for a 5 count. Coach's corner, hold number 5, Granby roll. Coaches and wrestlers, Granby School Coaches Corner, hold number 6, the high-low. Coach Pritz will rotate up, leaning the opposite direction of James, cross steps, and his butt is high and his head is low. Notice James is cross-facing, securing the 5-point hold. A little bit slower, the mechanics are. Coach Pritz rotates up off his right toe, his hip leans to the right to clear space. He cross steps. The difference between a Granby roll is the head and arm is going to go in between the body. And he flips and does a front forward roll, grabs the behind the leg, not in between the legs, for his 5-point hold. Again, at a different angle. Coach Pritz will be rotating up, leaning his body away from us to create space. The key point is as he cross steps, his left head and arm has got to go in between his body and James. And he flips through with his head over the arm. High-low, Granby School of Wrestling. Coaches and wrestlers, Granby School of Wrestling, Coach's Corner, hold number 7, the shrug off the whistle. Coach Pritz steps his right leg under, tucks his left toe, slides his knee back, hits his shoulder back out, backs around. James follows, secures the far leg, hand in the crotch, fighting the crossface. At a slower motion angle, Coach Pritz steps up his right leg, slides his knee back to create space, shrugs his head over his arm, pops up on his head, drops to his right shoulder. James will follow him for a couple seconds, and he high legs over with power and rolls. It's very important in this hold to create back pressure. Again, at a very slow motion angle. Coach Pritz on 1, steps up his right foot, slides his left toe under. 2, slides his head to his knee, pops up in the tripod, drops to the right shoulder, backs out for 2 seconds, and secures the near leg and rolls for a 5-point hold. Coach's Corner, hold number 8, the rock and roll, the first of the 4 force rolls. Coach Pritz is in a shoulder back out, and he rotates up quickly, and watch it quick. Grabs the left knee, right elbow, gets his back points. A little bit slower angle, we are in a back out position from a shrug. On step 1, he goes to his left knee and gets height looking up to the sky. On step 2, he goes to his right knee. On step 3, his elbow's in the mat, and he keeps his butt and his elbow on the mat all the way through the hold. He tunnels under and gets his 5-point hold. At a very slow motion angle, again, we are in a shrug, and we want our 5-point roll. We rotate up to our head. Step 1, left knee, head up. Step 2, right knee. Step 3, right elbow, tunnel under for your 5-point roll. A shrug to a rock and roll finish. Coach's Corner, hold number 9, the Wayne's roll. Coach Pritz is backing out. James Nicholson steps over with his left leg. Coach Pritz grabs the far leg, raises up to a tripod, left knee, right elbow. Wayne's roll. Again, at a slower angle. Coach Pritz is in his back out, backing around. James steps over the arm. He grabs the far knee. He raises up to his head for height. Left knee, right elbow. Scoots to his left hip to prevent the legs from coming in. At a super slow motion. Coach Pritz this time will do it off of a back out, backs around. James steps over the leg. He grabs the far knee, rotates up to his head. Step 1, left knee and arch. Step 2, right knee. Step 3, right elbow. And as he rolls, he's going to rotate his left hip down. James try to throw in a leg, and his leg is up and he's on his left hip. He prevents the leg. After you hold him for your 5-point hold, you switch to the inside leg. You rotate up to the head with your right hand for the Granby pin. Coach's Corner, hold number 9, Wayne's roll. Coach's Corner, hold number 10, the cutback roll. Coach Pritz is in a back out. James is turning his right hip down. Watch Coach Pritz do it quick. Grabs the near leg, slides left knee under, cutbacks into great position. At a little bit slower angle, Coach Pritz is in a back out. James is setting up the hold by turning his right hip down. Coach Pritz rotates up to his head, grabs the knee, slides his left knee under, back bridges, and cutbacks rolls. One more time. The situation is James is trying to stop the reversal from occurring by sitting on his head. Coach Pritz rotates up to his head, and there's only one step. Left knee to face and back bridge. And secure the 5-point hold. Coach's corner hold number 10, the cut back roll. Coach's corner hold of the week, the trap leg roll, hold number 11. Notice the top man's hooking Coach Pritz's left ankle with his right knee. Coach Pritz off the whistle grabs the wrist, elevates, finds the Wayne's roll, rotates the left hip down to prevent the legs from coming in. Again, at a slower motion. James has the leg hooked, and he's got his tight waist. Coach Pritz, it's very important for him to get that arm very tight around the waist. He shrugs to his shoulder and freezes. Notice his left leg is off the mat, and he'll hop on his right toe to catch the Wayne's roll. Catches the roll, limp legs out, rotates left hip down to stop the legs from coming in. A little bit slower, again, Nicholson is hooking the leg. Pritz tightens up the wrist and shrugs his head to his knee. Hops and elevates with the left leg, catches the Wayne roll, limp legs out. He'll fight for a 5 count, then he'll secure the near leg and go to the Granby pin. Rotates up the referee's position. Trap leg roll, hold of the week. Coach's corner, hold number 12. Leg defense with the Granby roll. James spirals, throws in the leg on the opposite side. Coach Pritz rotates up and rolls and gets his 5-point hold. Again, a little bit slower. James will set up the hold by spiral riding. He'll cross over with the right leg. Coach Pritz Granby's the opposite way the leg is in and plants James' face and scrambles by swimming out, getting the 5 points. A little bit slower. Coaches, when the leg comes in, spiral James, put in the leg. Coach Pritz wants to Granby the opposite way. Cross steps left leg, and notice James' head plants, and he swims out for the 5-point hold. Coach's corner hold of the week, Granbying out of the legs. Coach's corner hold number 13, stopping the stand-up with a lift turn. Coach Pritz rotates to the outside ankle. James posts, and he rotates and turks. James crawls forward. Coach Pritz is lifting, pushing, and pinching in the turk. Crawls up on the head. A little bit slower. Coach Pritz goes outside ankle ride. James will post. Coach Pritz rotates to the front. Just puts the left hand following up the rear end. Lifts, spins, turks above the knee. Notice he's lifting with the left leg, pushing with the right leg, pinching with both legs, cross-facing and pinning. At a slower angle, Coach Pritz goes outside ankle. James post. Coach Pritz has freeze as his right ear in the back, left hand up the butt. Now he transfers his right knee in front. He lifts and spins. James plants his hands and will crawl forward. He limps arms out, cross faces. Again, he's lifting, pushing, and pinching. Stopping the stand-up with a lift turk, hold of the week. Coach's corner hold of the week, number 14, the Rabin ride to the armbar tilt. Coach Pritz chops James, lands in a bar and a wrist, jumps to the opposite side, loads. James will fight it. We're walking for a 5 count. Pulling the bar, elevating, and walking. Again, from another angle. Coach Pritz is going to break the man down, gets the near wrist, has the wrist, slides in the bar, freeze. James turns his right hip down to fight Coach Pritz from running the bar. Coach Pritz will slide to the far side and drive the man in the mat and resolite rub, elevate. James will fight it. Again, very important to walk for a 5 count. One more time, slow motion at a different angle. Coach Pritz follows his knee up the butt and gets the near wrist. Freeze. Watch him slide in the bar. Bicep below the elbow. He tries to run the bar. James turns his hip down. He jumps to the other side. He has shoulder pressure. Notice pushing off the right leg. The legs come in the sky. Resolite rub. Elevating. He's walking his left leg to the head. Elevating with the right leg. Very important to pull with the bar. Grab and ride to the armbar tilt. Hold of the week. Coach's corner hold of the week. The Fairfax roll, hold number 15. Coach Pritz chops the man down, grabs the wrist. James builds the base. Coach Pritz tunnels his left elbow under and changes levels. Goes to a back bridge, walks to the head. Now when he's here, we have to walk for a 5 count. James will post up, walking for your 5 count. Again, at a slower motion. Coach Pritz breaks the man down to his face. James will belly back up off his belly. When he does, freeze. Coach Pritz changes direction, gets the elbow inside the near leg. He goes over, high legs over into a back bridge, walks his feet to the head, The elbow is the key to the hold. When he finishes, he's clamping the elbow down on the hip. He's walking for a 5 count. One more time in a slower motion. Coach Pritz chops James down to his stomach. James builds a base. Freeze. The key component is the left elbow inside the crotch. Coach Pritz goes left elbow inside the crotch, high legs over, walks to the head, Fairfax roll for a 5 count. And this is the hold of the week, the Fairfax roll. Coach's corner hold of the week, the reinforced bar to a gable. Coach Pritz spiral rides, gets the inside bar, buries the man, rotates to the front, steps over the head, grabs his own wrist, and goes left hand to the far lap, scoops the head, left push and pinch, goes for the fall. Again, Coach Pritz is going to spiral ride to an inside bar. Step 1, spiral ride inside bar. Left hand transfers to the butt, and he circles to the front, steps the left knee over, freeze. Now notice the rotation with the hands. Left hand slides down. With his right hand, he grabs his left arm, left hand wrist, pinches with the knee, slides the left hand to the far shoulder. With his knees, he rips the head to the sky, slides into the gable, lifts the chin, runs the head for the fall. One more time. Notice the hand placement. Spiral ride, inside bar. Immediately you follow to the front. He steps over with the left head. Now, with his right hand, swing around a little bit, Pritz, for the camera. With his right hand, he's swinging around. Notice the switch of the hands. Switches, grabs his own wrist. Now, it's very important to pinch. If James turns his right hip down, turn your right hip down, Coach Pritz is going to step up and scoot in, grabs the far shoulder, rotates the knees on top of the head, slides in the gable, secures the pin. Hold of the week, the gable. Corner hold number 16. The high C to the double off to the bottom shoulder. Watch it quick. Hook, post, head tap, and high C. Running through, circle into the head, bottom shoulder, going for the fall with the right hand. Again, you start from a hook post. Notice the footwork. On 1, side step. 2, front step in head tap. 3, penetrate. Rotate, drive, far knee, circle to the head with a claw with the right hand, left hand in the crotch, going for the pin. Again, one more time at a slower pace. The setup is a hook with the left hand, post the right hand. 1, side step. 2, front step, head tap, penetrate, rotate, drive across. Left hand comes in the crotch, right hand to the claw, circling to the head for the fall. High C double off to the claw fall. Hold of the week. His corner hold of the week, the crackback finish. Notice Coach Pritz is in a crackback finish off the high crotch. On 1, he steps his right leg over the knee and turns his right hip down. Now he's going to cross step his right leg under his left leg. Switches off to the double, gets the 5 points. Again, at a different angle. Coach Pritz is in a crackback finish off the high crotch. On 1, his butt raises up for a split second and it slides his right hip down. Left hand transfers to the ankle. And he's going to cross step. And he's in the crackback finish for the 5-point hold. This time, James is going to fight him a little bit harder and he's going to have to cross step a couple of times. A little bit more realistic. Crackback finish. Butt up, right knee down. Left hand to the ankle. Left hand to the ankle. Watch Coach Pritz keep cross stepping. Cross step, bumping, bumping, bumping to the double and the 5-point hold. Very high percentage, crackback finish. Hold of the week. Coach's corner hold of the week, the knee pull single. Watch Coach Pritz hit this live. Knee pull single, step over, shelve, and score. Again, the knee pulls when the man, you have elbow control with your right hand. Coach Pritz has elbow control. On 1, he sidesteps. On 2, he front steps and crisscrosses the hand. On 3, he pulls the knee to the chest. Knee pull single, steps over the leg, locks it. Right hand shelves, pulls the leg up in the hip, circles, and finds the far knee. Again, the shot mechanics. On 1, Coach Pritz will sidestep with his left foot. He has elbow control. On 2, when he takes his front step, notice him pull the elbow hard and crisscross his hands. On 3, it's going to be just like a sweep. He wants to land hip to hip. Pulls the knee to his chest, steps over the leg. Notice the right hand goes in the middle of the body, pulls the ankle up to the thigh, circles, and finds the far hip covering. Coach's corner hold of the week, knee pull single. Coach's corner hold of the week. A whip over position to the backhand finish. Coach Pritz will jam, pull back, backhand, scored, knocked James off his base. Again, Coach Pritz has defense James with his underhook. Left hand, he's in a hook position. He will run into James to create motion. He will pull him back, clear the right arm. Notice left hand's thumb is down, right hand backhand spins, immediately drops his level, covers the knees, and runs him off his base. This is a reaction hold. We have to clear our right arm. We jam to create space. Notice Coach Pritz's elbow rotate up. He pushes down with the left hand, backhands with the right, runs James off his base. Coach's corner hold of the week, the whip over to the backhand. Coach's corner hold of the week, the front headlock to the short side backhand. Coach Pritz will run the front headlock, James will square, he bounces, goes to the short side and backhands. Again, he takes my man off his base. Coach Pritz will run the front headlock, James will square up. Step one, James squares. Come on, James, square, square, square. Coach Pritz runs it, pulls the man down, frees his arm. With his right hand, he slides into the thumb, left hand, backhand, and spins. This time, we're going to watch the thumb placement with the right hand. Coach Pritz runs the front headlock, runs the front headlock, runs the front headlock, and he switches his right hand to the short side, and he covers. Coach's corner hold of the week, the front headlock to the short side backhand. Yep. Coach's corner hold of the week, freestyle edition, the head pinch. Coach Pritz snaps the man down a Steiner tie to a football tie, rotates the head under, steps in, back arches, and goes for the head pinch. 3-point hold, spins around, goes into his cradle, and pins the man. Again, this time we're going to go to a head pinch for just a 3-point hold. Coach Pritz is in a Steiner tie. He snaps the man down to a football tie, rotates his left arm up, traps the head. On one, he steps his right foot in and is walking the man in. James will retreat, he back arches, rotates up, and scores his 3-point hold. Again, Coach Pritz is in a Steiner tie. He snaps the man down with his right hand to the chin. He clears his left hand, locks over, steps up, rotates his hips in, back arches, and throws. For his 3-point hold of the week, the head pinch. Coach's corner freestyle edition, spring 2007, trap arm gut wrench. Coach Pritz has a tight waist. He runs the man over his arm, secures the trapped arm gut, jumps to the other side, and guts all the way through. Again, Coach Pritz is in the parterre position. He has a tight waist. James is fighting his tight waist. He runs him over his arm with his right hand. Once he locks it up, James turns his left hip down to fight it. He jumps to the other side, pushes off his feet, back arches, gut wrenches through. One more time in a slower motion. Coach Pritz again is in parterre. He's in a tight waist. Coach James turns his hip down. Coach Pritz runs him over his arm, locks up the trapped arm, and jumps to the other side and guts. Trap arm gut. Hold of the week, the high gut wrench. Coach Pritz is in parterre. He slides up to his high gut lock. He's going to run the man in a spiral and step his left foot under the thigh. He pulls the man on top of him into a tilt position, 45 count. Again, the high gut. We are in a high gut lock. We spiral the man to pop out his right arm. We step our left foot in under the hip bone. We pull the man into our stomachs. And we stay there for the 5 count. High gut placement again. We're in a high gut, locked up high around the throat and the rib cage. We run to the spiral to create pressure. We step our left leg in, and we pop our hips and hold for a 5 count. Coach's corner hold of the week, the high gut wrench. Coach's corner hold of the week, the leg lace. Coach Pritz is in a high gut position. James fights it by butting up. Coach Pritz slides back to the knee, left hand, left knee, right hand on the ankle. He high legs over. He scoops the leg mace. He puts his right shoulder in the mat to tighten it up, plants his left hand on the mat, and cartwheels through. Again, we're going to go a little bit slower. We're going to show you how the shoulder pressure with the right shoulder tightens up the lace. High gut, slides back, left hand to the knee, right hand to the ankle. As he steps over and gets the leg lace, we're going to freeze. Very important, he's going to run his right shoulder to the ankle. That tightens up the leg lace. Slips under with the left hand on the mat, raises up and plants the man. One more time. Coach Pritz is in the high gut. He transitions back to the lace. Transition back, left hand above the knee, high legs over, and watch him walk to the leg to tighten it up, plant the hand, and rotate. Coach's quarter hold of the week, the leg lace.